In the previous video, we explored the origins of the gods. We learned why the earth exists, why the sky exists, how the sky once ruled, and how it was eventually overthrown by its own child, time itself. The story paused at the moment when the titan who controls time, Kronos, cut off his father, the god of the sky, with a sickle that his mother had given him, and replaced his father as king. Today, we will continue the story from exactly where we left off. After overthrowing Uranus, Kronos replaced his father and became the king of all gods. The era in which Kronos ruled was called the Golden Age, because at this time, everything was beautiful and harmonious. Mother Earth, Gaia, was generous and provided abundant harvests. Humans lived in prosperity and comfort. No one experienced unhappiness, sadness, or sickness. Even death was as light as a feather. Humans simply grew old and peacefully drifted into sleep, passing to the world beyond. In this era, I believe the ancient Greeks were referring to the period of primitive communism, when social classes did not yet exist, and therefore everyone lived happily. However, the nature of time is always cruel. Fearing rebellion, just as he himself had once rebelled, Kronos grew paranoid. When he had locked all his siblings, the Hecatonchires and Cyclopes, in the prison of Tartarus, Kronos also heard a prophecy that he would face karmic retribution. The prophecy declared that the children Kronos would father would overthrow him, just as he had done to his own father years ago. Therefore, whenever Rhea, his wife, gave birth to a child, Kronos would immediately swallow it whole. This act of betraying his siblings, those who had once helped Kronos overthrow Uranus, made his mother extremely angry. Moreover, the act of swallowing his own children made Rhea furious beyond measure. From one angry woman, you get a castrated sky god. From two angry women, you get a wrecking machine named Zeus. Before Zeus came his siblings, Hades, Poseidon, Hera, Demeter, and Hestia. After their mother gave birth to each of them, they were all swallowed by Kronos. When it was Zeus's turn to be born, Gaia advised Rhea to take the child to the island of Crete and hide him there. Rhea obeyed her counsel. She then replaced her newborn child with a stone wrapped in swaddling clothes and presented it to Kronos. Kronos swallowed the stone without any suspicion whatsoever. After that, Zeus spent his childhood being raised on the island of Crete by the nymphs. However, Zeus was a god, and this god cried extremely loudly. Consequently, the people there had to pretend to hold military drills every day to drown out his crying and prevent Kronos from discovering him. For nourishment, Zeus drank milk from the divine goat Amalthea and grew rapidly, as if by magic. To repay this nurturing kindness, Zeus accidentally broke off the goat's horn during one wrestling match. Back then, there was no superglue available, so Zeus could only promise that one day he would compensate her with a horn from Gucci or Chanel, or something equally luxurious. Later, when he achieved success and power, Zeus enchanted the broken horn, and it became the legendary cornucopia, a horn that always produced fragrant flowers and sweet fruits. If you visit a fancy fruit market today, you will often see fruit baskets arranged in the shape of this very horn. Returning to our story, as the days passed, Zeus grew bigger, stronger, and more capable, eventually reaching full maturity and civil capacity. His mother said, "Ah, you have grown up now. Since you have grown up, let us go fight, my dear boy." Zeus asked, "Which army will I join? The striker position for Manchester United?" At this time, Zeus was young and inexperienced, literally still wet behind the ears. He had no weapon in hand, no army, not a single soul to fight alongside him. Who would he even fight? At this critical moment, Metis, the goddess of wisdom and prudence, daughter of the titan of the ocean Oceanus, stepped forward to help Zeus. With her guidance, Zeus disguised himself and secretly approached Kronos, who had let his guard down. Thanks to Metis' clever advice, Zeus succeeded in making Kronos vomit violently. Kronos vomited out all 5 of Zeus's siblings in one go. Thus, Zeus's army gained its first members. Please note, in an alternate version of this myth, Metis gave Zeus a special type of herb, which Zeus then secretly slipped into Kronos' drink. After drinking it, Kronos vomited them all out. This embarrassing blunder by Kronos was considered the rebirth of those 5 gods. According to the new birth order, Zeus became the eldest sibling. Although he now had his siblings by his side, this small army was still nothing compared to Kronos and his fearsome scythe. Therefore, Zeus broke into the prison of Tartarus and freed the Hecatonchires and Cyclopes who had been imprisoned there. To repay this tremendous favor, the giant blacksmiths known as the Cyclopes forged magnificent weapons for the 3 brothers. They created the thunderbolt with the power to summon rain and lightning and to control thunder for Zeus. They forged the trident to control the ocean and to summon rain and wind for Poseidon. They also crafted a helm of invisibility for Hades, though I still do not understand what purpose it served. Here is an interesting detail worth noting. The names of the 3 Cyclopes are Arges, Brontes, and Steropes, which respectively mean lightning, thunder, and flash. Yet I still cannot comprehend why they specifically gave Hades a helm of invisibility instead of something more obviously powerful. Regardless, now armed with weapons, Zeus began his epic journey. Taking these cold steel weapons along with his siblings, uncles, and aunts, he set out to confront and defeat his tyrannical father. The forces on both sides were extremely formidable, just enough for 2 complete football teams with full substitutes ready to play. The side of the young gods included Zeus, Hades, Poseidon, the Titan Iapetus the clever, the Titan Themis of justice and order, Prometheus the embodiment of intelligence, the daughters of Oceanus, the goddess of the river in the underworld Styx, along with her children, Zealous representing enthusiasm, Nike representing victory, Kratos representing authority, and Bia representing violence. They also had the support of the Cyclopes and Hecatonchires. The side of the old gods included Kronos himself, the Titan of light Hyperion, Creus of the constellation Aries, and wisdom, Caueus, Atlas the son of Iapetus, along with the entire old generation of Titans. The forces were now clearly defined, and the battle began. The inner strength and powerful aura of the gods and Titans alone were enough to shake the entire universe. Was it an earthquake? No. Zeus was summoning thunder and lightning to continuously strike his father directly on the head. Poseidon summoned the devastating power of the seas. Massive tsunamis roared and slammed violently into the faces of the Titan warriors. Meanwhile, Hades still did not understand what wearing the invisibility helm was supposed to accomplish. The Hecatonchires, with their hundreds of hands, punched relentlessly without missing a single strike. Some of them lifted entire mountains and hurled them continuously at their enemies. The Titans also retaliated with fierce determination. The scythe of Kronos cut with strikes as sweet and precise as tearing a lover's shirt off those insolent children who dared challenge him. Hyperion swung massive chains, weighing thousands of pounds, using blazing light to burn those insolent grandchildren. Caueus the Wise attempted to mentally overwhelm his grandchildren with 300 impossibly difficult riddles. Kronos' other students probably grabbed mountains and threw them with devastating force. Atlas also joined the battle alongside the old gods, fighting valiantly. The war dragged on continuously for 10 long years. Those who truly suffered, of course, were the innocent common people caught in the middle. This epic battle can also be understood as a personification of natural disasters by the ancient Greeks, when thunder and lightning erupted across the sky, darkening everything in sight, when the sea turned gray and roared furiously, when the wind cut through flesh like knives, when volcanoes erupted with terrifying force. The dreamy and imaginative Greeks transformed these natural disasters into an epic and magnificent battle among the gods themselves. After 10 grueling years of fighting, the old Titan warriors were finally defeated by the young gods and their powerful allies. Zeus imprisoned Kronos and all those who had opposed him in the hellish depths of Tartarus. He assigned the Cyclopes and Hecatonchires to guard his father and uncles for all eternity. I assess this as an exceptionally wise strategic action by Zeus. In essence, he managed to keep the Cyclopes and Hecatonchires confined under the earth to avoid any future trouble. while simultaneously avoiding accusations of mistreating them or losing favor with his grandmother and his remaining uncles. Atlas alone was not imprisoned in Tartarus, but was instead punished to serve as a pillar, holding up the entire sky for eternity. This marked the end of the first great battle, which was also the easiest victory for the Olympian forces. However, this opening victory merely paved the way for the most epic, challenging, and grueling battle that the young reign of Zeus would ever face. We will explore that incredible story in the next video.